Jay, Malcolm, thanks very much. Congratulations to Virginia on a road win, and welcome to the nightcap in the ACC. Number 7 Duke, after a week off, welcomes Pitt to Cameron Indoor Stadium tonight. Second meeting between the two schools go in this regular season. Federico, and Filipowski get us started. The Pitt lineup tonight for Jeff Capel's got the freshman Jalen Lowe, and here is Henson, who's their leading scorer. Blake, the 5th best scorer in the ACC, and Federico inside for an early dunk, and the Panthers on the board. With Federico defending at the block. He'll make the move. Fall away against the double team is missed. Lowe the recovery. 5th different starting lineup of the year for John Shire. Henson a 3-ball from the right wing. McCain, who's been on a tear. Backside rebound for Henson. There are a couple of markers here tonight for Pitt if they're going to try and pull this upset. There's Lowe.
Well, Wes, they've made a couple of shots, and that's what they've really struggled to do.
Boy, you're not kidding. Shooting 34% from the floor in their last 2 ACC games. The loss at home to Syracuse earlier this week, and the loss the last week with Duke and then Filipowski. Here's McCain and Austin there over the top of the screen. 10 to shoot for Filipowski, working on Federico, bullies his way to the lane. He'll draw the foul on the 6'11 junior from Finland. Alone by 5 points from a year ago. And blocked shots in conference play. He's 12th in assists, by the way, in case you need to.
I absolutely think it is, but the Panthers would prefer that there not be a lot of offensive rebounds for them to get. They'd like to make their shots.
Pitt comes in dead last in ACC play at 38%. 7 on the Low on the drive with 7 on the shot clock, and another basket for the freshman Jalen Lowe.
There was a screen and a switch, and Lowe was matched up against Filipowski, and he just took him to the basket.
9-point lead for Pitt. Proctor to Filipowski. Out front, Foster high arcing 3 is good. Carrington skips it to Austin. Blake's nice job taking away the baseline.
Austin's got a size advantage against Blake, so he might want to try to go further.
Carrington is going to draw the Filipowski foul.
Done that tonight so far.
After the Filipowski foul, Bub Carrington games, he's just 4 of 26 from the field and 2 of 16 for
And it certainly gives you a lot of confidence when you're shooting it and the ball's going down.
Well, and Jeff Capel and his entire staff today was talking about, hey, we just see the ball go in the basket. You never know. There's Filipowski, and he's fouled by Henson. And now has his Corey Alexander, Coach Boeheim, and I will be at the Castle for Boston College.
Huge win on the road today, a win they desperately needed.
Sure did. And a terrific second half from that law firm of Couture and Padula. And there's a foul on a lob for Federico.
But here, Federico sets the screen and goes to the basket, and Young is trying to get back. And I think they call the foul, West, because he drops the arm here. If he doesn't swing that arm, then maybe he's fine. But again, you see the Panthers trying to take the ball to the basket, not simply relying on the 3.
6-point lead for Pitt. We've played 5 minutes here at Cameron tonight. Henson, step away 3 is good.
Wes, it seems like Henson is involved in every defensive play. He's got to be really careful that he doesn't pick up that second foul.
Yeah, he and Federico with 1 each. Here's Leggett beating McCain off the dribble against Proctor, and he'll draw the foul from Proctor. Pitt's initiative to go to Island only had 2 points in the first meeting 12 days ago for Coach Capel. And the second one by Leggett. Jeff Capel's responded. Will Jeffress has checked into the ball game, wearing 24 for the Panthers to join Diaz Graham.
And Jeffress is now matched up against Filipowski.
Here's Proctor on the skip, and the 3 is good. Shooting eye when it comes to playing at Cameron. 7-point lead. We're 7 minutes in. The Panthers the ball. 5 to shoot. Here is Lowe taking Blake's. The soft floater is good for Jalen Lowe. Foster will trigger the inbounds. And Filipowski with Diaz Graham defending. Tough matchup for Guillermo, but Pitt managed to scrape that out of there.
I thought Austin came in with a nice job helping out.
Leggett all the way to the basket, tapped home.
Doesn't do a lot of his scoring from the inside.
Lead is 11 for Pitt with 9 minutes gone in this first half. Foster a standing 3. Got it. Caleb Foster.
In the basket.
Just a gorgeous stroke by the young man from Harrisburg, North Carolina. 8-point lead. That ball got thrown by Henson, I think, at the rim in hopes of a lob. Here's McCain, a three. Now all of a sudden the Blue Devils dialing it. After Jeff Capel's timeout, here is Henson working against McCain. Sean Stewart has come into the ball game, the freshman from Windermere, Florida. He helped with the double team, and then Young blocked it out of bounds. He thought he blocked it off Henson's head. Ryan litigated for a possession that belonged to Duke, and instead John Gaffney, who works with Ron Groover and Clarence Armstrong, said, no, we'll keep it here, Ryan.
Wes, I think it's a good idea to try to post Henson up on the inside, but keep in mind that Henson.
5-point lead for Pitt. Young playing with the explosive Stewart, who's on the floor for Coach Shire. Tries to beat Leggett into traffic. That got blocked out of there, and finally Federico's got it. Pitt trying to turn the floor. Here is Carrington scooping for Henson. Layup good. 8 for Blake Henson.
Quickly.
Sure can. Foster. Now Young burrowing down on Federico. Back the other way. Nicely done, Ryan Young. 10 to shoot. Proctor on the drive, fouled, and it's going to be on Carrington. It'll be the first on the freshman from Baltimore.
Their first 6 have only made 4 of their last 13, and they've turned the ball over.
Duke, and he hits both here.
West long 3.
Yep.
And Carrington has struggled shooting the 3 in conference play.
Kick out Foster. Here's McCain. Long 3 for the lead. 6 from
outside to side, West. It forces the defense to collapse, and you get a wide open opportunity.
Carrington the drive, kick out. Austin a shot fake, and a 2 rattles in for Zach Austin from Winston-Salem. A State welcomes Duke. Then at 2 o'clock, we'll take the trip down I-40. Louisville and Carolina, presented by Food Lion. Sunday doubleheader of the women on ACC Network and always available on the ESPN app. Fall away Carrington, and Pitt back in front. Second, Rico volleyballed it up in the air, but it didn't go. And Ryan Young, I think, has lost a contact, and Pitt has got the basketball on the turnover. 3 away from Henson is good.
You figure Young could see him out there?
Ahead of 5 minutes to go, and Carrington working against Filipowski. Tough matchup for the freshman there.
But Filipowski moves his feet very well.
Leggett lob. Federico somehow guided it home.
Against Duke, they've been trying to get the ball to the big guy on that screen and roll situation.
6-point lead again for Pitt. Here's Proctor on the drive. Layup good. Tyrese Proctor now starting to initiate a little bit of offense to try and get the Blue Devils grooved.
Weston, when the ball moves around the perimeter like that, inside and then around, it's hard for the defense to react. You not only get open 3s, but you get great driving lanes.
Here's Carrington. Lob again, and Federico caught it and flushed it.
Used that against Duke very effectively. And Pitt is trying the same formula here in the first half.
Filipowski thought about it. Skip for Foster. Shot fake, step in 2. Good for the rookie. I really like Caleb Foster, new 20. Boy, Henson thought about it.
Boy, he sure did, didn't he?
Standing in the logo out there on Coach K court. Spinning on Young, got him to the ground, and Leggett finishes.
And that's taking advantage.
6-point lead for the Panthers. Here's Filipowski working against Federico. Backs down, now turns over the right hand and scores. Kyle Filipowski now, first field goal down. Carrington, fastball high to Leggett, who flags it down.
That's some catch.
Sure was. Here's Leggett on the drive. He'll feed it to Austin. Right hand push is good. Zach Austin with 4-point lead, and Proctor going to work this all the way down. Filipowski going to come help with a screen. Switch to Federico. Proctor the dance and the 3. Power the rebound and the stick back.
Wes, the amazing thing about that is that's Power's first two-point basket this year.
Skip to the corner. Austin thought about it. 10 to shoot for the Panthers. Austin trying to get baseline with 5 to shoot. Now Henson launching over McCain, and he hits. Blake, doesn't he? And the more you woof at him, he'll turn and woof at you. Terrific guy who's unbelievable athleticism. Here's Filipowski against Federico and blocked from behind, I think, Clarence Armstrong. Austin or Federico? It is on Federico. It'll be his second. Zooms in on Young. Free throw by Filipowski is a front rim miss. Second one ready. And that's good. 7. Carrington with Proctor defending. Tried to fire it through and turned it over to Foster.
Too long a pass.
Foster on the drive and blocked out of there by Austin, and a block called on Carrington will be his third.
Rico, but he did that time.
Foster first free throw good. Caleb.
A guy can shoot like that. You're absolutely right, Wes.
I mean, the 3 from Henson in this second half. Here's Federico. Skip for Leggett. Thought about it. Step in 2. Rattles in for Ishmael Leggett.
That's a good decision there, Wes. Game with Parker and Filipowski has been really effective.
And now they'll try and get it to Young. Almost too hot to handle. Out front for Filipowski. 10 to shoot. He'll launch on the 3 and hit. Second field goal for Filipowski. Low for Federico. The catch and flush. Federico 25 for the Panthers back on the floor from Tenerife in the Canary Islands. McCain fouled by Austin. And that's 6 now on Pitt. And for Austin.
What now? Called on him.
So second on Austin. 6, however, on Pitt. And here goes McCain to the line.
And now Austin gets the technical. Wes, he was asking for that. Well, this is the play. Henson is trying to talk to his teammates, and McCain walks into them. And there's a little bit of a dust up, and then Henson turns and starts gesturing to the fans.
And now Pitt has 3 with 3 as Zach Austin. First of 2 here. And a chance to draw Duke to within 2, and does. McCain on the drive, fall away, tie game.
You have to show some poise. You feel a run coming from the Blue Devils.
Here's Leggett on the drive, and 1 for Ishmael Leggett. And cannot miss the free throw. Diaz-Graham with Filipowski handling. Backs down, lost it momentarily, and then fires to Stewart, who had it blocked and fouled by Diaz-Graham. Second on Guillermo. And the free throw no good. Don't chronicle the day in the ACC. What a interesting day. At Virginia Tech, the road win in Raleigh. Wake Forest put 90 on the board and hit 18 threes in Winston-Salem.
And Virginia finally won on the road.
Yep, beat Georgia Tech by 9 in Atlanta, and Clemson a road win against Florida State. There is Leggett firing all the way through on the drive.
The game, Leggett has just made 2 really, really tough plays to put the Panthers back up by 4.
Foster working against Henson. 3 ball. Got it.
Guard out there.
Leggett spinning on Blake's. Into traffic, turned it over to Filipowski. Blake's now took the contact, couldn't finish the shot, but he'll get a couple at the line.
Run, and that has been a problem for the Panthers.
Jalen Blake's first free throw of the bench with just better than 6 minutes gone in the second half on his 4th foul. Trying to get rid of it. Jalen picked up on his dribble, shoots it out front. Austin. Here's Henson with McCain defending. Henson at the front. Oh my goodness, he drills a 3.
How did that? Moving his feet, staying in front.
Low. Couldn't get by Filipowski. Henson a catch and shoot. Got it. Blake Henson now with 20, Dan.
Henson has those 3 personal fouls. Young trying to post him up inside.
Proctor winding through to the foul line. Missed everything. Young tried to save it.
Young did save it.
Off of Henson, didn't he? A kick save and a beaut by Blake Henson.
Well, Henson was laying out of bounds. He was halfway in and halfway out. And again, the ball's out of bounds when it touches something out of bounds. And it touched Henson, who was out of bounds.
There's Young on the cut and the score. Second field goal for grad student Ryan Young. Filipowski now.
Somehow Leggett is matched up against him.
Yep. Skips it across. McCain for the tie. I'm impressed with Jalen Lowe tonight, Dan. Fearless. Diaz-Graham soft fall away. How about it? Guillermo Diaz-Graham. That is his second field goal of the ball game now. Filipowski. Here's McCain. Shot fake, got Austin to fly by. They're going to look at it, I guess, during the break. We'll see. We got a ways to go for the break, though.
Yeah, they can. Henson's just standing over here in the corner.
Low, the lefty floater.
So basically, with Henson standing in the corner.
9 to go here at Cameron. Proctor. Filipowski thought about it. Into traffic, threw it away to Leggett. Pitt trying to turn the floor. Here's Leggett on the drive and scores.
Harrington, he's got those 4 fouls.
Yep. Bub still on the bench. Here's Filipowski shooting. A 3 that's good. And 8 minutes to play in a 1-point Panther lead. Leggett with Filipowski defending. Foster thought about helping and did, and knocked it away. And there's a foul on Leggett. After the turnover, it's his first. It's the 9th on Pitt, and it'll get us to a break. Who's 2 for 2? Make it 3 for 3. Don't forget key week specific matchups. It's a 2-hour program. Starts on help, and it's Lowe who circles back out. 7.5 to go. It's a 1-point Duke lead. Here's Lowe teeing up a 3. Got it. Shane Lowe.
Big shot.
Check time in the last 5 games. 2-point lead for the Panthers. Filipowski with Federico defending. Henson stood, took it, blocked. That's 4 on Henson, and the goal gives Duke the tie. Filipowski at the line now. He's got
to get out of bounds.
Yeah. There's a lob for Federico. Now for Henson. Catch for 3, and good. Into a double team with Filipowski. Fall away was well short. Terrific 2-man defense by Duke there. The double team really worked. Here's Foster. Proctor, he'll shoot for the lead. And Austin the rebound, and he got fouled on the play.
I think that's 7 on Duke. So
their second attempt. And it's a 1-and-1 for passed away at 55. After front court, Duke trails 4. Filipowski the 3 in transition. And Young the rebound. And a foul on Federico will be his 4th. A Duke drought. The Blue Devils haven't had any points in the last 7 minutes in the free throw. Started his career at Northwestern. Second year here at Duke. 2-point lead for Pitt, the basketball. Henson. Here's Federico. Carrington had a very quiet night. Not anymore.
Wow.
3 ball from Carrington gives it Durham.
But he was out of bounds before he threw the ball.
Here's McCain, the scoop and the score. Terrific move by Jared McCain.
The shot over top.
Proctor for Filipowski now. Double team coming. He'll roll into traffic, dump it for Young. Burrows up, and Federico, I think, got a piece of it.
And another rebound by Henson, who's had a good night on the boards, too.
And Jeff Capel wants a timeout.
He talked about the grittiness of this game, and both of those guys, gritty applies to them.
Carrington now for Henson. Here's Federico handing for Carrington. Proctor trying to help. Blakes is there too. Austin the screen. Now Filipowski. Lob. Federico the catch. He lost it, and we're going to get a foul called. Clarence Armstrong missed it.
Well, now you got to dig in defensively.
3-point game. .75 seconds to go at Cameron. McCain on the drive, challenges and scores. 20. McCain and Foster together. 1-point lead for Duke. Pitt seemingly had answers tonight for Duke on these runs. Who's the guy that takes the big shot now? Is it Henson, the game's leading scorer? Here's Lowe with 10 to shoot. He'll fire and hit. Jalen Lowe. 14 tonight for Lowe and 2 huge threes. 75-71. Blue Devils probably have to attack here. And the ball hit the sideline right in front of the Blue Devil bench. Leggett trying to get it in bounds. Looking for help and went to Carrington, and it got knocked out of bounds off of McCain. And
they're going to look at it.
They are going to look at this and slow-mo and extreme close-up.
I just don't think he ever touches the ball, Wes.
The only thing I'll tell you is I look to see if the ball changes direction, and I don't see the ball change direction. Rico all on the floor with 4 fouls. Foster's got to get it in bounds and almost turned it over. Here's McCain firing for 3 off the back iron. Federico the rebound, Filipowski the foul.
And that's not a bad foul, Wes.
Right.
It's still a 1-and-1.
How about that?
Well, that tested on the year and it was a 2.
The free throw, second one no good, so it's a 5-point game. Here's Foster, all the way to the baseline, put it up. Carrington fouls him, and Bub Carrington has fouled out of the game with 9 points and 19.8 seconds.
A ram in the game.
Second one by Foster is good.
Again, you have to get the ball in bounds here. Now he can move.
Inbounds, here's Lowe. And a quick foul with 17.9 left.
Assists.
Left it short. Make a miss here, and he made it.
Now by making it, though, it's a 5-point game. Yep. So the 3 has to come into play someplace here.
Here's Foster trying to get to the basket. Kicks for Filipowski. He'll launch and hit. Kyle Filipowski now, and John Shire pulled that upset in the first win against the Blue Devils at Cameron for Pitt since 1979. Here's the inbounds pass, and Lowe is fouled promptly by Foster. It'll be his second. Hit 2 huge field goals here in the second half. That's good. It's a 4-point game.
Well, now you try to force the Blue Devils to take as much time as possible bringing the ball up the court. And obviously you do not want to foul anybody.
Here's Proctor. He'll fire for 3, and he's fouled. And the foul is on Federico, and that's his 5th. Proctor. And the first one no good. Diaz Graham has come on the floor to replace Federico.
I think I'd hit it.
Okay. He shoots for the miss.
And so, now if you're going to miss it, Wes, you can't miss it like that. You have to hit the rim.
Right.
And he did not. He cannot run the baseline.
Here comes Lowe toward the basketball. They got to get it in bounds, and it's Henson. Tried to get it right back to Lowe, and instead Henson is fouled by Foster. First of 2. That'll make Kansas today. That's 21 top 10 teams that have lost. And here is Duke at the horn. It'll bound away, and for the first time since 1979, Pitt has won at Cameron. And Blake Henson goes and leaps on the scorer's table across the way to celebrate. Henson and the Panthers beat the Blue Devils tonight 80-76. And Jalen Lowe, the freshman Dan, hits 2 huge threes down the stretch.